Hi, I'm Jude from HeadFi.org. On this episode of HeadFi TV, we're going to talk about CanJam SoCal 2016, which is taking place March 19th and 20th at the Westin South Coast Plaza in Costa Mesa, California. But before we do that, I wanted to mention CanJam Singapore, which just happened a month ago. CanJam Singapore was an absolutely amazing event with a wonderful community who came in from all over the region, all over the world really, to be there. Now, because a number of CanJam Singapore exhibitors are also exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and because we shot a preview video for CanJam Singapore too, we're going to include some of the CanJam Singapore preview video segments in this video. I'm telling you this so that you won't be confused if you hear references to Singapore. This is our second annual CanJam SoCal, and it's going to be bigger than ever. The hotel sold out a long time ago, and we expect we'll have more people and more gear than we've seen at any CanJam so far. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the things you'll be able to play with and listen to at CanJam SoCal 2016. Noble Audio is going to be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and they're also one of the event sponsors, so thank you so much for your support, Noble Audio. So Noble's going to have their entire line there, but I think they're going to be placing particular emphasis on their new Universal Fit models. Now, last year we introduced you to what is still the flagship of the Universal Fit line, the Kaiser 10U, the new one with the all-aluminum body, just absolutely gorgeous, $1,599. They introduced just a little while ago a K10U black and rose gold version for $1,850, still the K10U, but in black and rose gold, and I believe that's a real rose gold plating. Now here's the thing, I feel kind of bad showing this to you because it's sold out in the first 24 hours. They offered 100 examples worldwide, and they sold out in the first 24 hours, but it's just so gorgeous, and we happen to have it here, so I thought I'd show it to you. Now the K10U is still Noble's flagship, combining to my ears very strong resolution with some lushness, some warmth. The K10 remains a strong high-end favorite in the community, and the custom version of it is also one of my reference custom in-ears. So now I want to introduce you to the new Universal Fit models that they're going to be introducing at CanJam SoCal, and these replace the Universal Fit line before, the ones from 3 drivers per side to 6 drivers per side. But they now have names, and they have been retuned, so let's talk about them now. So the first one is the Trident. It's $399. It's a 3-balanced armature configuration. The Trident features elevated low-end and treble regions, and Noble says the Trident is great for those just starting out with in-ear monitors or those who want an additional piece for more casual use. The next model is the Savannah, $499. It's a 4-balanced armature configuration. As its name suggests, Savannah is a linear piece designed with acoustic music in mind. Noble says Savannah places an emphasis on accuracy and transparency while still offering a gratifying listening experience with many older recordings not produced to today's standards. The Savant is the next one, $599. That's a name that's carrying over from the previous version, but again, it's been retuned. Noble says the Savant is perhaps their most subjectively balanced piece, a detail-oriented piece with a solid low end and clean highs. Then there's the Dulce Bass, $699, a 5-balanced armature configuration. Dulce Bass means sweet bass. It's their most bass-heavy configuration and designed to deliver visceral low-end response uncharacteristic of balanced armature pieces. Noble says the Dulce Bass offers a refined audiophile take on electronic and bass-heavy music. Then there's Django, $999, 6-balanced armature configuration. Noble describes Django as a musically engaging piece that maintains a well-balanced signature throughout. So from the Trident to the Django, from 3 drivers per side to 6 drivers per side, that's the new Universal Fit line. Again, it replaces the previous Universal Fit line with the same driver counts, but having been retuned and improved. So make sure to listen to those at CanJam SoCal. Noble is now also offering Prestige versions of the Savant in addition to the K10. If you're not familiar with Prestige, it's Noble's flagship custom line. The Prestige Customs are crafted chiefly from solid artistic mediums, including exotic woods, dyed woods, carbon glass, weaves, knits, aluminum composites, other materials, combinations of all those things also. Noble continues to push into increasingly exotic and interesting materials and design with Prestige. Now, this is my K10 Prestige, by the way, and I love this thing. Now, sometimes Noble exhibits feel more like a gallery to me, and I mean that very much as a compliment. They just make gorgeous stuff, and their exhibits are always wonderful. So make sure to visit Noble's exhibit at CanJam SoCal. We highlighted the HiFiMAN Shangri-La in the CanJam Singapore preview video, so make sure to check that video out. The Shangri-La is the prototype of HiFiMAN's upcoming cost-no-object electrostatic headphone system. At CanJam Singapore, the Shangri-La was occupied every time I walked by HiFiMAN's exhibit. Now, HiFiMAN is bringing a Shangri-La prototype to CanJam SoCal, so if you want to hear this magical system, be prepared to stand in line. While you're waiting to hear the Shangri-La, make sure to listen to HiFiMAN's new Edition X headphone. The Edition X was designed to provide a lot of what makes the HiFiMAN HE1000 such a special planar magnetic flagship, but in a more affordable, easier to drive headphone. It's so easy to get good sound out of the Edition X that I often just plug it into my iPhone and stream music with Tidal. The Edition X's performance will scale up in better rigs, but the performance straight from a smartphone is surprising and impressive. HiFiMAN will also be showing a new headphone called the Edition S. This headphone is a dynamic on-ear headphone that will be released soon, priced at only $249. What makes the Edition S unique is that each of its ear cups has a removable magnetic cover that makes it easy to convert the Edition S from a closed-back headphone to an open-back one. I'm looking forward to trying this new Edition S for myself at CanJam. Of course, HiFiMAN will have the rest of its product line at CanJam SoCal, including the HE1000, the HM901S, and more at CanJam SoCal 2016, so make sure to stop at their exhibit. Ultimate Ears will be at CanJam SoCal, and they're going to have demos of their new Ultimate Ears Pro Reference Remastered. This replaces the in-ear reference monitor that was quite popular in the community. It's their new studio reference monitor. Still voiced by the engineers at Capitol Studios. We just did a whole HeadFi TV episode about it really recently, so make sure to check the channel out so you can see that. But a lot of people in the community are interested in the Reference Remastered. It'll be at the Ultimate Ears exhibit. UE also offers other models of custom in-ear monitors, and they have some really cool ways of demoing several of those models in a single sitting. So make sure to check out the Ultimate Ears exhibit for the Reference Remastered and all their other custom in-ear monitors. As we already covered in the 2016 CanJam Singapore video about a month ago, MrSpeakers at that time announced the launch of version 1.1 of their Ether and Ether C, their flagship headphones. What version 1.1 does is improves time domain performance. That is, the new version tightens up, or makes faster, the impulse response of both headphones. The other improvement this version provides sonically is that it smooths treble performance. Not by rolling treble off at all, but by smoothing peaks further, making treble performance more linear than it already was. The good news is that there's no price increase. Also, if you have a pre-version 1.1 Ether or Ether C, the upgrade price is only $10 plus shipping and is a very easy do-it-yourself install. Make sure to listen to the Ether and the Ether C versions 1.1 at the MrSpeakers exhibit at CanJam SoCal. Okay, so this is actually breaking news. I literally just heard about this for the very first time moments ago. MrSpeakers has been working on a new electrostatic Ether headphone. It's not a ready-to-release product, but I was just informed that they'll be doing a world premiere technology demonstration at CanJam SoCal. The Ether Electrostatic uses a modified and proven Ether headband assembly and has an all-new electrostatic driver. The prototype headphones are weighing in at under 300 grams, making them the lightest and most comfortable Ether to date. MrSpeakers is being very tight-lipped about the technology behind the driver right now, but they'll be demonstrating on a Cavalli Audio Liquid Lightning 2T, and it's sure to be fun and interesting to hear a new potential entrant to the high-end electrostatic headphone space. I am really looking forward to hearing this headphone for the very first time. At CanJam SoCal, make sure you stop by MrSpeakers exhibit. I love people and companies in this industry with passion and stick-to-itiveness. Antonio Meze and his team at Meze Headphones certainly fit that description. In the past year, I've seen Meze at IFA in Berlin, CES in Las Vegas, and I know they'll also be at CanJam Singapore and CanJam SoCal too. They've successfully executed and delivered on a crowdfunding campaign, and they seem to finally have a big hit on their hands with their new Meze 99 Classics. Now, I really dig this headphone. It's beautiful to look at, the construction quality is superb, and most importantly, the sound is very impressive. I'd seen the 99 Classics in photos first, but was surprised to find out how robust and attractive they were when I first handled it in Berlin. Then I listened to it. The 99 Classics, they have some bass emphasis with rich detailed mids and smooth treble, a wonderful balance for a closed headphone that actually isolates pretty well. Now, it looks like nothing else on the market, and again, its build quality is superb, and everything on it is user serviceable. Now, the price of the Meze 99 Classics is only $309, which makes these, in my opinion, a fantastic deal. Now, make sure to stop by the Meze Headphones exhibit at CanJam to check out the 99 Classics for yourself. Stax, maker of some of the best sounding headphones this world has ever heard, all of them electrostatic. They're coming from Japan to join us at CanJam. While I haven't spoken with Stax about what they're bringing to CanJam, I did recently see them at CES, so I think I can venture some guesses about what we'll be seeing at their CanJam exhibit. At CES, Stax was showing a new compact desktop DAC electrostatic amp combo called the Stax SRM212. With its retro-looking analog meter on the front panel, the SRM212 is a gorgeous little thing, and I'd love to hear it and learn more about it. I also expect Stax will bring their new SR Lambda headphone models. The two new models are the Stax SRL500, which is priced at around $700, and the new flagship of their Lambda line, the Stax SRL700, which draws on diaphragm technology from their flagship SR009. I have the SRL700 here and have been enjoying it immensely from the Stax SRM007T2, which I also expect you'll be able to hear at CanJam. I actually can't wait to try the SRL700 with the Frank Cooter Custom 845 tube electrostatic amp that should be arriving here any day now, along with my SR009. Now, speaking of the flagship SR009, I expect Stax will also have that to listen to at CanJam, along with the Stax SR007 Mark II. Now, this here is an old SR007 Mark I, but they do look kind of similar. Stax also makes electrostatic in-ear headphones. This is their most portable, most affordable system, the Stax SRS002, which includes the SR002 ear speakers and the SRM002 amp. It's a wonderful little system and an affordable way to start getting into electrostats. So join us at CanJam and be sure to check out the Stax exhibit for some world-class electrostatic sound. In-ear monitor maker 64 Audio, previously known as 1964 Ears, is exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and they'll be showing off 8 new custom products, the A Series, and 8 new Universal Fit products, the U Series. All of these new models use 64 Audio's Astell technology. Astell, which stands for Ambrose Diaphonic Ear Lens, contains a secondary eardrum that's more compliant than your natural eardrum, the primary function of Astell being to absorb pneumatic pressure in your ear canal. 64 Audio claims this results in a safer listening experience and a more rich and spacious sound. 64 Audio loaned me this U12, which just arrived today, so obviously I've only had a very short time with it. I will say, however, that the 64 Audio U12 has made a very impressive first impression, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with it. Now, a lot of people have been talking about 64 Audio and their Astell technology on HiFi's forums, and you'll be able to hear their in-ear monitors with Astell for yourself at CanJam SoCal. John Franks and his team at Chord Electronics have had a very busy, very successful couple of years. Most of you are probably familiar with the Chord Hugo, the portable DAC amp combo that redefined the high end of the premium portable DAC amp market. For a long time, Chord was selling Hugos faster than they could make them, even though they were originally priced at $2,500. Now, since then, they've released the Chord Hugo TT, the higher-end desktop counterpart to the Hugo that served as my reference DAC amp combo since its release, and the Too Cute desktop DAC. It's a relatively affordable desktop DAC by Chord standards. Now, of course, as many of you know, late last year, Chord introduced the new Chord Mojo. I love the Chord Mojo. It's actually replaced the Chord Hugo as my reference portable DAC amp. Why? Well, it's obviously smaller, it can be charged via USB, and to me the Mojo sounds better than the Hugo. I find the Mojo to present with a richer, smoother tone than Hugo, and in terms of self-noise, it is, to my ears, even quieter and better suited for use with sensitive in-ear monitors than the Hugo, and yet it can still drive bigger headphones pretty stoutly with up to 720 milliwatts of output. Now, on top of my subjective impressions, the Mojo also measures better than any portable DAC I've measured so far, and better than many good desktop DACs. What's even more amazing, the Mojo is only $599, and Chord is saying they'll be releasing accessories for the Mojo in the future that will further extend its functionality. If you haven't yet heard Mojo, look for Chord at CanJam and give it a serious listen. Now, as strong as their assault is on the state-of-the-art in portable DACs with the Mojo, Chord's latest flagship DAC, the Chord Dave, is doing the same in the cost-no-object DAC market. The Chord Dave is easily the best DAC amp all-in-one I've yet heard. With most of the headphones I've used with it, it sets the high bar for all-in-one DAC amps when directly driving headphones like the Sennheiser HD800S, HiFiMAN HE1000, MrSpeakers Ether, and several others. It's also a state-of-the-art cost-no-object pure DAC, that is, purely as a source component. Its ability to extract inner detail and to convey a recording's acoustic, the imaging. If there's a better DAC, I've not yet heard it. Rob Watts, the engineer behind Chord's products, who many of you know from his posts on the HiFi forums, Rob said that when he was developing Dave, he had to buy Audio Precision's flagship audio analyzer, the Audio Precision APX 555, which is the quietest audio analyzer in the world right now. He had to do that just to be able to get the full measure of the Dave. Now, we happen to also have an Audio Precision APX 555 at HiFi HQ, and our own measurements of the Dave make clear to me why Rob needed the APX 555. The Dave's harmonic distortion measurements, for example, are easily the lowest of any DAC I've yet measured. As you can see on this table here, at full scale, distortion from the Dave is in nanovolts out to the 10th harmonic. The Dave is so far the only DAC I've measured that has achieved that. Its intermodulation distortion is also the lowest I've yet measured. Now in its pure DAC mode, I've used Dave as the DAC for the HiFiMAN Shangri-La prototype, and that system is just otherworldly. I've also used the DAC as a DAC in front of the electrostatic Shure KSE 1500, and the resolution combined with the isolation provided by the KSE 1500, it is simply insane. Now, if you can't or won't stretch your budget for the Dave, doesn't matter, you still have to give it a listen because it's really a very special DAC amp combo and DAC. Anyway, at CanJam you'll be able to listen to the Chord Mojo and the Chord Dave, so make sure to do so. Empire Ears will be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal. They're going to have their entire Olympus series available for demo in universal form. The Olympus series currently has 7 models ranging from 2 drivers per ear all the way up to 14 drivers per ear in either universal or custom. There's the Supra 2, 2 drivers starting at $429. The Cerberus 3, 3 drivers starting at $649. The Spartan 4 starting at $749. The Hermes 6 that has 6 drivers starting at $1,099. The Athena 8 with 8 drivers starting at $1,299. The Apollo 10 starting at $1,599. And the Zeus 14 starting at $2,099. I was fitted for an Empire Ears Zeus 14 custom at CanJam Singapore, and it should be arriving soon. Based on what I'm hearing from the Zeus 14 Universal fit, I'm very much looking forward to that. Make sure to stop by Empire Ears exhibit at CanJam SoCal to listen to their Olympus Series IEMs. Do I even need to introduce the digital audio players you see in front of me? Because I think almost anybody that would go to a CanJam probably recognizes these very distinctive players. They've redefined the portable digital audio player market over the last few years. Of course, we're talking about Astell Kern. My current reference player is their flagship AK380. This is the Astell Kern AK380. I've been using it for a while as a reference. It's sitting in an optional dock for it, and this dock is very cool. If you sit it in the dock, it has full-size 4-pin XLRs, so you can use the AK380 as a sort of desktop source component. Another cool accessory that you can get for the AK380 is the AK380 amp. It goes right on the back of the AK380 and ups the output power so you can drive more difficult-to-drive headphones. Now this is the ripper that you can use with the AK380, another optional accessory. With it you can rip CDs directly to the AK380, and if you have a Wi-Fi connection on the AK380, it'll pull the data down for the CD that it's ripping as well, and of course it rips it to lossless formats on the AK380. Now one model of AK player we don't have here is the brand new AK320. I've not seen it in person, but I've seen it in photos, and it slots in the line underneath the AK380. It looks gorgeous, but I haven't heard it yet, so I'm really looking forward to hearing the new AK320 at CanJam. At CanJam, you'll be able to listen to headphones developed in a collaboration between Beyerdynamic and Astell Kern. This is the Beyerdynamic Astell Kern AK-T1P. It's essentially a Beyerdynamic T1 second generation, but in a low impedance version. I love having a version of the T1 second gen that I can use with my portable rigs. This has been out for a while. It's the Beyerdynamic Astell Kern AK-T5P. It's essentially an Astell Kern tuned version of the venerable Beyerdynamic T5P. Now this is very, very cool. This is one of their latest collaborations. It's the Beyerdynamic Astell Kern AK-T8IE. It is the very first Tesla driver in-ear monitor. And it is designed to be a flagship class universal fit in-ear monitor, and I absolutely love this piece. It has a nice smooth presentation, but still quite detailed, and I can listen to this thing all day, and it's also really comfortable because they develop these really cool tips. They kind of look like Darth Vader's helmet, and it has a very, very soft durometer silicone material, and I mean it's really supple. It goes in my ears very quickly, as fast as my customs, at least as fast as my customs, and they're so comfortable I can wear them all day. So I love the new Beyerdynamic Astell Kern AK-T8IE, one of my favorite universal fit in-ear monitors. Recently, we posted a HeadFi TV episode dedicated to the new JH Audio and Astell Kern Siren Series family of universal fit in-ear monitors. At CanJam, JH Audio and Astell Kern will be showing the new Siren Series Full Metal Jacket lineup. Now again, all of the new Siren Series models are machined from solid blocks of metal. Also, all of the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket models are now equipped with JH Audio's advanced 4th order crossover design and come with improved, more durable cables and metal plugs and jacks developed by Moon Audio. Now at CanJam, you'll be able to hear all of the new Full Metal Jacket models, and you should take the time to listen to all of them if you can. However, if your time is limited and you had to pick only 1 or 2 to listen to, I'd recommend going with the 2 models that bookend the lineup. The all-new Rosie, priced at only $899, is the most affordable of the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket family. With 6 drivers per side, the Rosie reminds me of the more expensive JH Audio JH13 Pro, but with adjustable bass. The flagship Layla is also something you should take the time to hear. Priced at $2,499, the 12 drivers per side Layla has the flexibility to go from neutral monitor to bass emphasized monitor and can easily go from studio to stage to coffee house to living room and be among the very best you can obtain at any price in any of those settings. So you want to be sure to check out the JH Audio exhibit to listen to the complete Full Metal Jacket line at CanJam SoCal 2016. I'm really excited Pioneer will be joining us as they have a couple of products I've been very interested in spending more time with. First is the Pioneer XDP-100R portable high-res audio player. The XDP-100R is very interesting to me because it runs Google Play and Android OS, so you should be able to freely install Android apps. Using the ES9018 K2M DAC, I believe it supports PCM up to 384 kHz and DSD up to 11.2 MHz. It also uses a Sabre 9601K headphone amp. Some cool features: the XDP-100R uses a 4.7-inch screen, which is large by digital audio player standards, and I imagine it'll work well for video too. It has 2 microSD card slots, which can mean a lot of storage space. And also, because it's Android-based and open, you can use apps like Onkyo Music, Spotify, and most important to me, Tidal, because I use Tidal for lossless streaming whenever I can. Also, the XDP-100R is one of the first portable players that's MQA ready. For $700, that's pretty feature-packed. Pioneer will also be showing a couple of headphones, including one that's completely new to me with the SE MHR5. This closed-back dynamic headphone with ported driver housings just arrived, so I haven't had much time with it, and I hope I can spend some time with it before we have to ship it back out for CanJam SoCal. They'll also have their flagship Pioneer SE Master 1, which is their no-holds-barred flagship headphone. Its driver uses what Pioneer calls the industry's first aluminum diaphragm with ceramic coating. The SE Master 1 uses a unique floating structure design with rubber inserted in the links between the base, housing, and hanger parts. This prevents vibrations and interference, as well as improves separation between the left and right channels. Its aluminum housing is gorgeous. The craftsmanship is meticulous, and it has very unique interchangeable tension rods that allow you to adjust clamping force. Make sure to check out Pioneer's exhibit at CanJam SoCal. My time with these products was so limited that you're going to see me there too. Onkyo is going to be at CanJam SoCal, and they're going to have this with them. This is the Onkyo DP-X1. I think it's one of the most interesting of the latest crop of digital audio players. It's like the fancier, more expensive sibling to the new Pioneer XDP-100R. It has all the features of the new Pioneer, but uses double ESS Sabre ES9018 K2M DACs instead of just one. It also uses double ESS Sabre 9601K amps instead of just one, which allows it to provide balanced output via the 2.5mm 4-pole connector popularized by Astell Kern. This gives it more power to drive less sensitive headphones than its Pioneer sibling has, and whatever other benefits come with balanced drive. Other than that, and a different case style, the two players are largely the same in terms of features. Like the Pioneer, the Onkyo DP-X1 runs Google Play and Android OS. You should be able to freely install Android apps the same way you can with the Pioneer, so you can install apps like Tidal, for example, for streaming music losslessly, which is huge for me because I use Tidal all the time. Like its sibling, the Onkyo DP-X1 is one of the only portable players that I know to be ready to decode MQA, which was developed by Meridian's Bob Stewart and is kind of a hot topic in digital audio right now. The Onkyo DP-X1 is one of the digital audio players I'm most interested in for all of these reasons. Now, Onkyo will also be showing their new H500M headphones. These just arrived, so my time with them has been very limited, but enough to know that I'd like to spend more time with them, which I'll try to do before sending them off for CanJam SoCal. Onkyo describes the H500M as outdoor headphones with microphone. I'm not sure what that means, but they do feel nicely built. Make sure to stop by Onkyo's exhibit to see one of the most interesting new digital audio players in their Onkyo DP-X1 and their new H500M headphone. Oppo will be at CanJam, so make sure to hear their amazing $399 closed-back portable planar magnetic PM3, considered by many to be one of the top portable closed audiophile headphones. Oppo will also have their HA2 portable DAC amp combo that's MFI certified for iDevice DACing without a camera connection kit, and it's built around the ESS 9018 K2M DAC. The HA2 also has bass boost, 2 gain settings, and is also an async USB DAC that supports PCM up to 32384 and DSD 256. The HA2 also has rapid charging to 70% capacity in about 30 minutes and 100% in about 90 minutes. Oppo will also have their fantastically full-featured desktop HA1 DAC amp combo and their PM1 and PM2 full-size planar magnetic headphones, so make sure to stop by Oppo's exhibit at CanJam SoCal. Cardas will be joining us at CanJam SoCal this year, and I expect they'll be showing some of their vast line of high-end cables, including headphone cables, of course, accessories, and also their headphones, which they call ear speakers. I'm most excited about their latest model, the Cardas A8 ear speakers. Priced at only $299, I actually prefer the Cardas A8 to their more expensive sibling, the EM5813. The A8 uses Cardas' unique magnet structure and 10.85mm diaphragms. Its chassis is made of machine billet brass with a rubberized coating. The A8 has a removable cable that can be replaced with optional Cardas cables, one allowing you to drive the A8 balanced from the Air Codex or Pono player, and the other allows you to use them balanced from the 2.5mm connector of Astell Kern's players. Definitely stop by Cardas' exhibit and give a listen to their new A8 ear speakers. Schiit Audio will be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and if you've ever met the team at Schiit Audio, you know they are a fun-loving bunch of people. But if you know them, you also know they take their audio very, very seriously. No matter what price point they play in, they offer tremendous value, in my opinion. From the entry-level price stuff like the Magni 2 Uber Amp, Modi 2 Uber DAC stack, super affordable stack, super compact stack, and honestly, I think a lot of enthusiasts could happily end with this system for the performance it provides. But no matter what price point they play in, again, they like to offer strong value. Let's look at these. These are 3 multi-bit DACs. What companies are doing multi-bit DACs for anything close to the prices that they offer their multi-bit DACs for and the performance? So this is the Bifrost multi-bit, their entry-level multi-bit DAC, the Gunir multi-bit, and their flagship Schiit Audio Yggdrasil. This thing is one of my reference DACs at any price. It is obscenely good, in my opinion, and to my ears. And again, even at its price, tremendous value. So that's Schiit Audio. They have other gear that I just couldn't fit on the table here that we have. So make sure to go to their exhibit. I think by now you know who they are. They're immensely popular in the community, and they deserve it. So stop by Schiit Audio's exhibit at CanJam SoCal and just listen to their stuff. Sennheiser will be at CanJam SoCal, and they'll also be one of the event sponsors. So thank you so much for your support, Sennheiser. So they're going to have a lot of headphones. They always do it at the CanJam events. But these are the two that I think most of you are going to be interested in hearing. This is the Sennheiser HD630VB. If you're shopping for a closed headphone, especially for one for on-the-go use and for under $1,000, this is probably one of the choices that you need to put on your list. The HD630VB has variable bass. That's what VB stands for, and it's very well implemented. The control is on one of the ear cups, the right ear cup, and it adjusts the bass by only affecting the bass. So it has very little effect on the mids. In fact, it doesn't touch the mids until you turn that bass control all the way topped out on the upside. So I don't ever really go there. It's too bassy for me. And if you get there, just back it down a bit and the mids will be left alone. But make sure to give the Sennheiser HD630VB a listen at CanJam SoCal. Now, I suspect this one is going to be the star of the Sennheiser exhibit, and I think by now most of you know what it is. It's the Sennheiser HD800S, the updated version of the Sennheiser HD800. So what they've done, if you're not familiar with it, is they've taken the 800 and they've applied some of the technology, the acoustic absorber technology from their Sennheiser IE800, their flagship universal fit in-ear monitor. And what they've done in doing that is they've smoothed the treble a bit. So they didn't roll it off, but they've smoothed it, so it's a bit more linear. But they've also filled in the bass a bit. And the funny thing is, I've measured both, and the measurements are actually more similar than the sound differences would suggest, and I prefer the Sennheiser HD800S. So, if I thought the HD800, which I've said many times, was perhaps the best moving coil dynamic headphone ever made, then I guess this one has the new title with me anyway, because I prefer it. So, there'll probably be lines for it at the Sennheiser exhibit. So make sure to stop by their exhibit to hear the Sennheiser HD630VB and the Sennheiser HD800S at CanJam SoCal. Cavalli Audio will be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and they're going to be showing their entire line. They'll be previewing the Liquid Spark, the upcoming fully discrete single-ended portable amp, and its final voicing is locked in, so make sure to give that a listen. They'll be showing the Liquid Carbon, the very popular transportable fully discrete balanced amp, and by the way, they're doing one more run. This is a surprise announcement. Due to high demand, they're doing one more run. Exact details to be announced soon. They'll have the Liquid Crimson, the Liquid Glass, the Liquid Gold. The Liquid Gold is Cavalli Audio's flagship desktop amp. It's a balanced solid-state, high-powered behemoth of an amp. We did a whole HiFi TV episode about it before. They'll have the Liquid Lightning 2T. This is Cavalli Audio's electrostatic amp, and it's available in both solid-state and tube versions. All of these phenomenal amps can be heard at the Cavalli Audio exhibit, so make sure to stop by. I imagine your eyes have been drawn to this a bit. How can you miss it? What it is Alex Cavalli's prototype for his upcoming flagship tube amp called the Liquid Tungsten. It's actually going to sit at or above the Liquid Gold in the lineup. It outputs around 5 watts per channel. It's an OTL-OCL tube amp that uses EL509s in direct output mode. The circuit is Alex's version of a Futterman amp, and it'll be the first pure tube amp released by Cavalli Audio. As you can see though, this is very much a prototype, but they want to get some ears on it as well as some feedback. So at CanJam SoCal, Cavalli Audio will be hosting a limited number of private listening sessions. Cavalli has long been tied into this community, from offering free designs to the DIY community to their commercial amps, and so they're turning to the community now for some feedback. There will be up to 20 sessions lasting up to 15 minutes each on Saturday, March 20th from noon to 5 p.m. To get one of these spots, all you have to do is post in the CanJam thread at headfi.org that you want an audition, along with a mention of the best tube amp you've heard so far. 20 of you will be chosen at random to fill these limited spots. Make sure to visit Cavalli Audio's exhibit at CanJam to hear all of their wonderful headphone amps and to sign up for a spot to listen to the upcoming Liquid Tungsten prototype. ALO Audio and Campfire Audio will be at CanJam Singapore, and at every event I've ever been to where they've exhibited, they've had a pretty extensive exhibit. So we're just going to show you a few things that you might be able to see at their exhibit. This is the ALO Audio Continental Dual Mono. It is a tube hybrid portable DAC amp combo. Wonderful portable amp for a tube audio enthusiast. By the way, I'm a tube audio enthusiast. I dig the Continental Dual Mono. This is the Campfire Audio family of in-ears, a unique family of in-ears. Unique, I say, because they each have a driver complement that's almost unrelated to all the others. So it's a really cool approach to a family of in-ears because they're all quite different. This is the Lyra, the Jupiter, and the Orion. Make sure to stop by the Campfire Audio and ALO Audio exhibit at CanJam Singapore to listen to these and I'm sure many other things. Bluetooth headphone specialist Pendulumic will be at CanJam Singapore. Look for their latest model, the TAC T1. I haven't heard it in production form yet, so I'm looking forward to hearing it at CanJam. They will also have the Stance S1. This model's been out for a couple years, and it is wonderful. This is one of my favorite Bluetooth headphones. I don't believe it does any DSP, and I don't believe it does, well, it doesn't do any active noise canceling. So effectively, this is as close to an audiophile purist Bluetooth headphone as you're going to get, and what a sound signature it has, especially for the money. Wonderful Bluetooth headphone, a lot of latest Bluetooth technology in it. That's the Pendulumic Stance S1. Look for that at CanJam 2. In what has to be one of the exhibits I'm most interested in checking out, Warwick Audio Technologies will be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal. Warwick Audio Technologies has created something they call the Warwick High Precision Electrostatic Laminate Transducer, or HPEL. It's a unique electrostatic driver laminate that operates single-ended. That is, instead of two stators with a membrane in the middle, HPEL uses a single stator. One side is energized to 1300 volts and the other side is a ground plane. The current is practically zero, so according to Warwick, it's not dangerous despite the high bias voltage. Warwick's high precision electrostatic laminate transducer is made using an automated roll-to-roll process, and I believe they'll be licensing their HPEL technology to other manufacturers in the near future, as their laminate can be customized for specific form factors and applications. At CanJam SoCal, Warwick will have 2 units of their proof-of-concept electrostatic headphone called the WAT H01, powered by their reference-designed discrete FET single-ended Class A output amplifier. I suspect Warwick Audio Technologies may play a key role in broadening industry adoption of electrostatic driver technology. They're even working on a completely mobile, battery-powered version. I'm really looking forward to hearing their proof-of-concept WAT H01 at CanJam SoCal. Puro Sound Labs is exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and they're bringing this very interesting headphone, the Puro BT5200, an on-ear Bluetooth headphone with a volume monitoring function for hearing safety. There's an LED indicator that changes colors to indicate decibel range. According to Puro, green means the listening level is at 85 decibels or less, yellow means 85 decibels to 95 decibels, red means the listening level is greater than 95 decibels. The Puro BT5200 also has a nicely balanced, smooth sound signature, a built-in microphone for phone calls, and battery life rated at 24 hours and 260 hours of standby. Visit Puro's exhibit and see what listening level you're typically listening at with their BT5200. Atomic Floyd will be at CanJam SoCal, showing off their line of universal fit in-ear monitors. All of their models, from their $149 power jacks to their $399 Super Darts titanium, are machined from metal, the flagship being made of precision turned titanium. I love how Atomic Floyd describes their in-ears, saying they produce acid-sharp details, vivid mids, and bass like molten gold. You can find reviews of Atomic Floyd's in-ears on headfi.org, and you'll be able to hear them for yourself at CanJam SoCal. As I understand it, One More Headphones is the company behind the headphones of Xiaomi, including the massively popular Xiaomi Pistons. One More Headphones will be exhibiting at CanJam SoCal, and I expect they'll have their entire line at the show. I've heard several of their models, and frankly, I find their line to be surprisingly good, not to mention surprisingly stylish, given the very modest prices. This is their triple driver in-ear headphones with a hybrid 3-driver design. There's one composite metal dynamic driver and 2 patented balanced armature drivers. The body is forged aluminum alloy. The price only $99.99. Very, very nice. Now, this is their One More over-ear headphone with a headband made with shape memory TR90 titanium steel and a design that I think is very attractive and very well made. Even better, it has very nicely tuned bass emphasized signature, and I was very surprised to find it priced at only $79.99. They have other models, so check out One More's exhibit at CanJam. Hi-Fi Plus, one of my favorite audio magazines, is our official media partner for CanJam SoCal. They're going to be covering the event actually before it happens, and then they're going to be covering CanJam SoCal for the Hi-Fi Plus website and magazine. We're very excited. I'm showing you, this is the August 2015 edition. The only reason I'm showing this one to you is because it had a nice headphone on the cover. But they're going to be coming to cover the event. You'll be able to meet Chris Martins. He's going to be on one of the panels there, a Meet the Editors panel. So make sure to look for Chris Martins to say hello to him and read Hi-Fi Plus for coverage of CanJam SoCal, both before and after the event. Final, previously known as Final Audio Design, is perhaps best known today for its esoteric and sometimes very expensive in-ear monitors and headphones. At CanJam SoCal, Final will have all those things, but they'll also be introducing 2 new affordable full-size headphones with the Final Sonorous 2 and the Sonorous 3. Both headphones use driver technology similar to Final's $5,000 flagship Sonorous 10, with titanium diaphragm driver units integrated with the front plates. But the Sonorous 2 and the Sonorous 3 are priced at only $329 and $399. Beyerdynamic has been on a tear the last few years, releasing some exciting headphones in a wide variety of price points and form factors, and also doing some cool collaborations. Now expect to see Beyerdynamic's entire lineup at CanJam SoCal, including their updated flagship, the T1 2nd Generation, the brand new T5P 2nd Generation, which I heard again at CanJam Singapore, and which sounds fantastic and quite different from its T5P predecessor, the DT1770 Pro, which I think is the highest value Tesla model from Beyerdynamic so far, the T51i, which is a fantastic closed Beyerdynamic portable, especially for iPhone users with its Apple certified remote and mic. And they'll also have a lot more, so make sure to go to the Beyerdynamic exhibit at CanJam SoCal. Echobox may be a newer company, but I appreciate the effort these guys are putting into their company and products straight away. It seems lately, no matter where I go in the world, I can count on seeing Echobox there, and in no surprise to me, Echobox Audio will be joining us at CanJam SoCal. Echobox will be there with their Echobox Finder X1 universal fit in-ear monitors. The Finder X1 uses solid titanium housings and a single 9.2mm polyether ether ketone dynamic driver per side. Given their symmetrical earpiece shapes, the Finder X1 can be worn either cable down or cable over ear. The Finder X1 has a filter tuning system with 3 tunings: bass, balance, and treble, giving it some sonic versatility. Search HeadFi's forums for reviews of the Finder X1, then come listen to them at CanJam SoCal. Echobox will also be showing their Explorer digital audio player. It's shaped like a flask, not simply to look clever, but curved to be form-fitting when carried in your pocket or in your hand. It runs Open Android OS and Wi-Fi, so you can install Tidal on the Explorer, which I use a lot for lossless streaming. The Explorer also has Bluetooth and DLNA connectivity. The Explorer's output impedance is less than 1 ohm, and output power is rated at a robust 300 milliwatts per channel into 32 ohms. It has 64 gigs of internal storage and a microSD card slot for more storage. Give the Echobox Explorer a listen at CanJam SoCal 2016. We're in Audeze's hometown, so it should come as no surprise that Audeze will be at CanJam SoCal. Make sure to hear their entire classic Audeze LCD models from the LCD2 up to the flagship $4,000 LCD4. They'll also be showing their EL8 line. This right here is the new EL8 Titanium, which includes a Cypher 24-bit high-resolution Lightning cable. There's a lot going on in this cable. The Cypher cable is technology-packed, streaming a complete 24-bit digital signal through a high-quality DSP and DAC for better sound quality. There's analog to digital conversion for the microphone, an amplifier circuit to drive the EL8 headphones, and an accompanying app to apply EQ and sound presets. The EL8 Titanium also includes a standard Audeze headphone cable to plug into conventional devices, and it's priced, all of this, at $799. Audeze will also have their brand new Sign on-ear planar magnetic headphone. Weighing only 230 grams, this is by far the lightest weight Audeze headphone. Now, like the EL8, the Sign uses Audeze's phaser, fluxor, and Uniforce technologies. Now priced at $449, the Audeze Sign is, in my opinion, one of the new top contenders for high-end portable headphones. It'll also be offered soon with a Cypher high-resolution lightning cable for $499. Try the Audeze EL8 Titanium, Audeze Sign, and the Audeze LCD headphone line at Audeze's exhibit at CanJam SoCal. Tech Effects will be exhibiting at CanJam, showing off products by FiiO and SoundMAGIC. This is the FiiO X7, which is FiiO's flagship portable digital audio player. The X7 is a very strong offering, especially at its price of $649. The X7's DAC section is built around the ES9018S DAC, which is rather uncommon for a portable player, and it'll support PCM up to 384 kHz, DXD, and 5.6 MHz DSD. The FiiO X7 offers interchangeable amp modules. The X7 comes with the AM1 amp module installed, which outputs up to 200 milliwatts into 16 ohms. I have the optional $99 AM2 module, which FiiO calls the medium power module. The AM2 uses the Muse O2 and BUF634 and outputs up to 350 milliwatts into 16 ohms. And this is the module I've been using. Now, both of these modules have output impedances well below 1 ohm. While the X7 comes with its own customized music app, it's built on Android OS and includes support for the use of Tidal, which is very important to me, as Tidal is what I use for lossless streaming of music, and it's a great app for sharing playlists and music discovery. The X7's 3.197-inch IPS TFT touchscreen is very nice and clear. The X7 comes with 32 gigs of internal storage and has a micro SD card slot for expansion. Also, its precision machine chassis is finished very nicely, and it feels really solid in my hands. Again, for the price, I think the X7 offers a lot of value. FiiO also offers this K5 docking headphone amp that works with its current X-Series music players to create a compact, powerful desktop rig. Its built-in amp outputs up to 1.7 watts into 16 ohms. Output impedance is less than an ohm. In addition to allowing you to dock your FiiO players for amping, charging, and USB DACking, you can USB DAC with the X7 and X5 too. The K5 also includes line outs, RCA and balanced, and line in. For only $110, the K5 does a wonderful job of turning your FiiO player into a desktop powerhouse. Tech Effects will have the FiiO X7, K5, and other FiiO products at their exhibit. Tech Effects will also be showing several in-ear, on-ear, and over-the-ear headphones by SoundMAGIC at their exhibit, so make sure to visit Tech Effects at CanJam SoCal 2016. The third floor at CanJam SoCal this year is almost like a show of its own. Helping to feed that vibe is a new CanJam exhibitor called the Source AV. The Source AV is actually a local dealer located in Torrance, and they're bringing a lot of cool stuff. Though they do sell traditional audio and video gear, they're also fully committed to personal audio. On the table in front of me are just some examples of the brands they carry and some of the things you'll be able to hear at the Source AV's exhibit. Under all of this is the name Muso. The Muso is a single chassis wireless stereo system, and the best of its type that I've yet heard. Real bass, wonderful mid-range and treble clarity. It has crazy connectivity, including AirPlay, Bluetooth, Tidal, multi-room, USB, and even more. At $1,500, it's not inexpensive, but it's so good, I picked one up for the office. The Source AV will also have the newer, smaller, more affordable Muso called the Muso QB, which I'm looking forward to hearing. They'll also have headphone amps from Macintosh, Name Audio, and Sim Audio, including the 430 HAD, which is my current reference solid-state amp, and Woo Audio, including a WES and Stax rig. They'll have headphones from Sennheiser, Audeze, FoCal, MrSpeakers, Enigma Acoustics, Adele, and more. They'll also be showing a Questyle wireless preamp amp combo that can wirelessly transmit digital audio up to 192 kHz PCM and even DSD to wireless monoblock amps that decode those signals and then drive loudspeakers with 200 watts per channel. The Source AV will be driving Enigma Acoustics Mythology M1 hybrid dynamic electrostatic loudspeakers with this system. If you're looking to upgrade your headphone cables, the Source AV will have every style of new Kimber Axios headphone cables, and they'll also be bringing in Nordost's Blue Heaven headphone cable. The list goes on. Make sure to go to the third floor of CanJam SoCal and check out the Source AV's exhibit to hear a whole lot of stuff in one place. Woo Audio will be on the third floor exhibiting with JPS Labs and Abyss headphones. Woo Audio will be showing their new WA8 Eclipse portable battery-powered DAC tube headphone amp combo. The WA8 uses Russian military subminiature tubes, and in my experience with it, sounds like a full-size desktop tube amp that just happens to be portable. The WA8 is a pure Class A tube amp design, not a hybrid, and I've been waiting for it for a couple of years now, so I'm glad it's finally here. We will also be showing their new improved version of the WA7 desktop DAC tube amp combo. In this updated version of the WA7, Woo Audio upgraded the DAC, which now uses the same ESS 9018 K2M used in their new WA8. The new WA7 also has other improvements, including a revised PCB design with a cleaner layout, improved graded capacitors in the amp section, and Teflon tube sockets. Woo Audio says the changes result in improved imaging, transient response, and clarity. It just arrived, but my first impressions of it are extremely positive, and I have the original WA7. Two of Woo Audio's latest WA5s will be driving the Audeze Headphones AB1266. One will be the AB1266 Lite, and the other AB1266 will be a full version with the upgraded JPS Labs superconductor HP cable, so you can compare the two. In addition to JPS Labs' Audeze headphones, JPS Labs will be showing their many audio cable products. In fact, the entire Woo Audio JPS room will be wired with JPS Labs power and signal cables. So make sure to go to the third floor at CanJam SoCal and check out Woo Audio and JPS Labs. Reva Audio is exhibiting at CanJam SoCal just as they did last year. And last year when I heard the Reva Turbo X, which was fantastic, I had to get it. So the Reva Turbo X is probably still the best sounding small form factor portable Bluetooth speaker I've yet heard. We picked up a couple of them, one for me, one for Joe last year. So it's $299 for the Reva Turbo X. They get about 26 hours per charge. It has speakerphone functionality with noise and echo cancellation. There's a turbo EQ mode for up to 100 dB of output. There's a phono mode for vinyl enthusiasts, and it's a total of about 45 watts of output power. Make sure to go to Reva Audio's exhibit and listen to the Turbo X. They're also going to have a new model called the Reva Turbo S, which I haven't yet heard. That's $249. It's a little smaller. It provides 13 hours of playing time per charge, and it has about 30 watts of output power. Cool thing about the Reva Turbo S, which I really wish the Turbo X had also, is that it's IPX4 water resistant, so that's nice to have. It also has true wireless stereo for pairing two speakers. It has phono mode also for vinyl enthusiasts and a party mode for multi-user control. Both also feature a USB charge port for charging other devices, so the Turbo X and the Turbo S have that. Anyway, check out Reva's stuff at the Reva exhibit at CanJam SoCal. Questyle will be exhibiting on the third floor, and they'll be featuring their fantastic dual monoblock reference headphone system. This is actually the new Questyle Reference Series Gold Stack, which is made up of the hot-rodded versions of Questyle's CMA 800R headphone amplifier, the CMA 800P preamplifier, and the CAS 192D DAC. These new reference gold versions are all improved with Rogers ceramic printed circuit boards and hand-picked, hand-matched parts in each component, which Questyle said improves performance by increasing bandwidth, lowering noise floor, and increasing clarity. This stack has two CMA 800R Gold reference headphone amplifiers because each of these amps is configured to run in mono, creating a balanced dual monoblock configuration. You can also use just one of these in standard stereo mode too. The CMA 800R Gold reference headphone amp is priced at $3,000 each. The CMA 800P Gold reference preamp is priced at $3,500, and the CAS 192D DAC Gold reference is priced at $3,000. If you opt for the standard versions of these, you can subtract $1,000 from each of these components. So, together, the Questyle Reference Series Gold Balanced Dual Monoblock Stack is priced at $12,500, and the standard Balanced Dual Monoblock Stack is priced at $8,500. As impressive as Questyle's flagship stack here is, and it is stunning so far through every headphone I've heard through it, it's this component here that I find to be Questyle's real superstar. This is the Questyle CMA 600i all-in-one in that it serves as headphone amp, a balanced headphone amp, preamp, and DAC. It's a sort of junior version of this $12,500 stack, but for only $1,300. For that price, you still get Questyle's current mode amplification technology, which is designed to provide the airiness and musicality of a tube amp while maintaining the speed and accuracy of transistors. You get a DAC built around AKM's AK4490 that supports PCM up to 32384 and up to DSD256 using true DSD, not DOP. And the headphone amp includes both a 4-pin XLR output and a standard 1/4-inch output. Again, for the price, I think this is Questyle's star piece. Now, this particular unit has to go back to SoCal for CanJam, but I'm hoping to get one in here again real soon so that we can try it for longer. Of course, Questyle will also have their excellent and popular QP1R portable digital audio players at their exhibit. And since Questyle is exhibiting with Westone, expect to see Westone's flagship W60 universal fit in-ear monitors paired up with Questyle's gear. They're also exhibiting with Enigma Acoustics, so also take a listen to the outstanding dynamic electrostatic hybrid Enigma Acoustics Dharma D1000 with Questyle's gear. As many things as we just covered, that's still just a small sampling of all the things you'll be able to hear, experience, and listen to at CanJam SoCal. Again, it's happening March 19th and 20th, 2016 at the Westin South Coast Plaza in Costa Mesa, California. We expect CanJam SoCal 2016 will be the biggest CanJam to date, so make sure not to miss out. Of course, we didn't have the time to talk about all of the companies that'll be represented there, so right now we'll start showing you a list of the companies who'll be at CanJam SoCal. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in sunny California.